Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're here for the Men's Super-Liga Round 3 match between the West Coast Cobras and the Perth Pumas. For the West Coast Cobras, we have number 1, Tom Robles, number 9, Luke Ross, number 45, Jamal Youssef, number 7, Lukman Syed, number 95, Halil Russo, 12, Greg Azurkis, 27, Daniel McKenzie, number 41, Mackenzie Snooks, 23, Vincent Longo, and number 28, Michael Dudek. For the Pumas, we have number 2, Rama Elliott, 7, Kevin Puntelli, 19, Amar Jahel, 21, Matt Stephenson, 8, Gordon Tiong, 43, Tony Ummelchuk, and in goal, number 12, Casey Dunn. As we see Jamal Youssef on the ball to Ross. Ross looking forward. Dunn plucks that out of the air in front of Jamal Youssef. You hear the press call from Ross. Interchanging passes with Youssef, but he's dispossessed by Ummelchuk. And now Elliott dragging the ball backwards, trying to draw the Cobras forward. Good movement by Stephenson, but Luke Ross does well to win it. And then he himself is dispossessed. And as I say that, he gets it back again. Both teams a little bit edgy with possession at the moment. Good movement from Russo and Youssef. Russo for Youssef. Youssef trying to square up his marker, Matt Stephenson. Little control and feint. Russo drives down the left side. Dunn equal to it. And Ummelchuk nearly caught Dudek out of position there. Good awareness by the number 43. Stephenson wins the ball well in front of Youssef. Elliott looking for Ummelchuk, but he wasn't moving. Pumas being a little bit loose with possession at the moment. Russo for Snooks. Those golden locks getting in his face. Pumas sitting deep. Cover defending for each other well. Amar Jahel just dropping in behind Matt Stephenson's line there as Stephenson shepherded Russo out of the play. Russo looking for the shot, blocked by Stephenson. Ross on the ball. Russo back to Ross, looking for the movement of Youssef. He just pulled away into a pocket at the top of the box. Nobody had gone with him. Pumas will want to make sure they don't leave Jamal Youssef with that much space on the edge of their box. Russo with the shot, blocked by Elliott. Snooks resets to Ross. Ross to Russo. Got his eyes up. Couple of body feints. And then to Snooks. Good block by Stephenson on Ross's shot. And then Snooks plays that ball out of play. Pumas taking their time to get to set pieces at the moment. Russo for Ross. Youssef trying to post in the middle of the court against his opponent, but wasn't found. Elliott turns into Youssef, who then Elliott then fouled Russo. Pumas at the moment with low numbers are most definitely on the back foot. Cobras looking to take advantage with lots and lots of movement. Looks like Ross will be shooting here. He does. Good block by the wall. Tony Ummelchuk. Ross finds Youssef down the line. Good strength by Youssef, but he's eventually outdone by the 3 defenders. Elliott's shot Saved by Dudek. Jahel's shot flicks off of Snooks. So Pumas will maintain this little bit of pressure that they've built up. Can they make something of it though? Stephenson couldn't beat Russo down the line with a little flick. Yusuf with a great touch. Both teams have been playing more than 5 minutes now, haven't made a sub yet. Good movement from the Cobras, and I would suggest relatively regulation save for Casey Fitzgerald Dunn. Or Ross with good pressure. Nearly able to get on the end of Omulchuk's pass, but just can't direct his shot on target. Dunn's throw was a little bit short, but possession was won back for the Pumas, and now Snooks gets his touch out of play. Pumas ball. Lukman Syed. No sooner is he on the court than he's trying to steal possession. Jahel one-on-one with Ross. Elliott trying to get a block in. Was just off being able to block Luke Ross's defensive movement. Cobras have made their first substitution with Vince Longo coming on for Halil Russo as we see Syed's pass loose. Jahel for Tayong. Good back roll, and then Elliott was looking for the run of Jahel. Good ball by Tayong for Rama Elliott's movement, but it was just slightly overhit. Ross has passed through the defensive line of the Pumas, but again, good interplay between the Pumas to get themselves out of pressure. Good defensive work there though by Jamal Yusuf. Sorry, we just had an unexpected visitor in Gordon Tiong. I think we're all okay. Longo finds Yusuf, gets the ball back. Little touch off of a Pumas defender there. Longo for Syed, dummies for Ross. Good strike. Done with a good hand, putting the ball onto the corner of the post and the crossbar. Longo turns past Jahel, but his shot drags across goal. Amar Jahel defending with his back to the ball and jumping in the air. Tiong for Elliott to Jahel. One-on-one, Jahel takes on Mackenzie, and Omulchuk's return pass for Jahel just a little bit too far out in front of him. Ross on the ball. Syed back to Ross. Pumas being nice and comfortable with a low block here, sitting deep in their own half, trying to soak up pressure from the Cobras. Longo beats Elliott down the line, but now the Pumas have got a 3v1. Ross read it well, creates a 3v1 of his own, and gets the ball back from Mackenzie with a little 1-2 to make the score 1-0 for the West Coast Cobras. And that is how quickly this game can turn. The Pumas with a 3v1 thinking they had a good chance to potentially go 1-0 up and now find themselves 1-0 down. Good interplay between Ross and Mackenzie. But the Cobras will rest on their laurels at their own peril. Good save by Dudek at his near post from Jahel, who is extremely two-footed. Tiong with a good shot. Oh, Tony Omolchuk was not moving. Long go against Tiong. Good tackle by Tiong. Omolchuk for Jahel. Good tackle there by Yusuf. Omolchuk. Oh, looks for Jahel, but just slightly overhit his pass. Good movement and very good idea from the two youngsters. Sorry, Diego. I'm happy if you would like to come over here and commentate yourself. And yes, Tom Robles, it is good to see Mackenzie Snooks back on the court. Perhaps needing a headband, but great ball there from Jahel. Tiong one-on-one with Dudek. Dudek with a good save. Excellent ball there by Amar Jahel. He's got his hands on his hips now, though. The Pumas suffering for the fact that they have only had one sub. I do believe we saw Kevin Puncelli come in just a minute ago. That just come back from a wedding, apparently. His own, or did he elope with Alyssa Kincaid? No. Oh, he's going red. Good turn by Stephenson. One-on-one with Dudek. Good save by Mike Dudek. Again, Stephenson for Tiong. Mackenzie gets beaten. Great movement by Tiong. Good little drag to his outside foot. But now, oh, Longo's touch just let him down. The referee just warning Vince Longo that he didn't exit the court at the right area. Good refereeing that, making sure the player knows it rather than what he could have done, which would have been a booking instantly. Omolchuk moving inside. Daniel Mackenzie doing a good defensive job despite a little bit of confusion. Matt Stephenson hits his own player with an attempted long pass. Fitzgerald Dunn looking for Omolchuk, who posts up well. Turns inside to Mackenzie. Russo goes sliding in. Nearly ended up at Leaderville IGA with that slide tackle. Ross for Russo in the spotlight. To no avail for the Cobras at the moment. You hear the call from Ross again for them to press. A little bit of frustration potentially. Dunn keeps that ball in play. Good movement by the Pumas, but Yusuf wins the ball well. Good slide tackle by Omolchuk, who comes off and says thank you for the break. Ross looking for the run of Russo. Didn't go in too hard on old friend Casey Dunn. Stephenson from Elliott. Good cut from Elliott. Then looks to play Jahel, but Jahel had just gone a little bit late. Cobras again just shifting the ball. Greg Azurkis now on the court. Terrific first name. Unlucky with his touch there. Tiong under pressure from Ross. Good pressure from Ross though. Not fouling Tiong from behind, but just getting close enough to get possession off of him. Chahel wins the ball back from Russo. Good defensive work by both Russo and Luke Ross. Dudek's giving the ball away though to Elliott with an open net. Can't take advantage. Azurkis, great defensive work there by Matt Stephenson. Brilliant cover and recognition that Azurkis had gotten in behind. And he just closed off the passing channel. Azurkis back to Michael Dudek. To Russo. Can Azurkis get forwards? Snooks does well to ride the first challenge. And then reset. The Pumas are starting to fatigue with 4 minutes to go. Russo one-on-one with Chahel. Tiong comes and doubles up well. Stephenson looking to return the ball to him. He can't quite keep that in. The Pumas players struggling with the intensity of the match. Certainly a sign for the Cobras to start pushing even further, I would suggest. Good ball from Azurkis. Left foot of Russo. Rama Elliott was able, I'm not exactly sure how, to stop the ball going into the net, and then a great block on Snooks from Tiong. But this is where the Pumas are switched off slightly because of their fatigue levels. Having said that, the Pumas have just called a timeout, so we will be back in just a moment. All right, so we are back with 3 minutes and 19 seconds of the first half to go. Pumas having called that timeout. Punselli on the court for the first time. Passes across to Tiong. His pass cut out by Azurkis. Elliott juggling the ball down that sideline and then doing a Karate Kid impersonation. Tiong for Elliott. Nutmegs Azurkis. Punselli looking to present. Chahel beats Russo. Left foot shot. Well over the bar there though. Ross looking for the run of Russo. Punselli cuts it out. Cobras just maintaining possession. Dudek getting over halfway to keep his 4 seconds. Rama with the touch. I've got something for you, Omid. I'll just wait for a break in play. Snooks for Azurkis. Under pressure from Punselli. Ross with a bit of space can drive forwards. Cuts in on his right foot. a Circus, great ball. Mackenzie Snooks went for the little behind the body flick. Perhaps couldn't turn his body quick enough to go forwards inside, but that's a good opportunity for the Cobras. And Amar Jahel with the unintended back heel. Russo receives one-on-one with Elliott. Beats him, shoots, done with a good save at his near post. Snooks. Russo, Ross with space. Good hit, good save by Dunn with his legs. Russo inside on his excellent right foot. Punselli turns under pressure from Longo, but can't keep the ball in play. Good block by Jahel. Longo with a good touch after a little bit of a dodgy ball from Ross. He's able to keep possession and beat two players while falling over. And the referees, rightly so, give the rolling free kick. Punselli trying to be sneaky. Tiong wins the ball off of Snooks. Cuts inside and shoots into the top corner. Gordon Tiong, with 10 seconds to go, catches Mackenzie Snooks out on that far side to draw the game level against the run of play. Five seconds, 4 seconds, 3. While we're watching the instant replay, the Cobras had one more opportunity, but 1-1 at halftime. Goals to Luke Ross and Gordon Tiong see the teams level, and we will be back in just a moment. Week. We are back, but this is for Omid Ashrarian, my Middle Eastern brother. Omid, I'm going to music school in the Middle East. Why? Because I want to learn Qatar. Sorry, ladies and gents, that was just something I had to do, and we are back with the action. Gordon Tiong under pressure from Vince Longo, who Tiong dives in, Longo gets behind him, but the Pumas have recovered now. Punselli on the ball, shoots, and Dudek picks that ball up. It was a fairly placid shot in the end. Ross with the kick in. Down the line for Mackenzie, back. Cobras have definitely got to make sure they make the most of the extra numbers that they have. Their movement early in the first half was terrific. Longo driving forwards again. Mackenzie with space. The Pumas just not recovering quickly enough. As Daniel Mackenzie restores the Cobras' 1-goal lead inside the first minute. Excellent movement there from Punselli as Syed defends well. Excellent interplay between Tiong and Punselli. Dummy, a really good run in behind, and then nearly a back post finish after the 1-2. Good defending by Matt Stephenson against Mackenzie as Tiong resets. Oh, bit of a hospital ball there from Stephenson. Dunn looking for the run of Punselli, but Syed defends it very well. Getting back over his shoulder to stop that ball getting in behind. Haven't yet had any feedback on my joke, Omid Australian. Anytime you feel like it. Where are you, by the way? Why aren't you playing? As we see Ross on the ball against Omulchuk trying to cut inside. Back roll for Longo, who's also driving forwards now. The Pumas are very deep defensively. Punselli, good skill on the ball. And the Pumas have a 2v1 if Omulchuk can get the ball there, but just overhits his pass. Good defending, though, by Stephenson. Yusuf's pass cut out by Tiong. Mackenzie's loose pass picked up by Stephenson and now gets the ball back from Tiong. Stephenson under pressure but keeps the ball in play for Tiong. Good back roll from Tiong. Can Stephenson find him? Oh, he just put the ball into the wrong gap. A little bit too far ahead of Tiong there. Syed driving it on Omulchuk. Gets a kick in for his trouble. Sorry, Omid, if you missed that joke, it means you looked away from your teammates. That's not okay. Stephenson for Omulchuk. Good movement from Jahel, but his touch let him down. Dudek to Longo. That ball out off the Pumas for a keeper's ball. Omulchuk gets enough on it to get that ball out of play. Russo trying to feed Syed. His touch was just slightly loose. Oh, Tony Omulchuk doing a good defensive job, but his heart would have been in his mouth because mine was for him. Dunn saving the shot. Didn't look to kick early enough to catch out Dudek, though it was on. Syed with a great touch. Then turns out, just rolls possession on. Russo to Longo, back to Russo. Cobras happy, moving the ball around, trying to draw the Pumas out of their defensive block and open up space, but hasn't worked. Tiong with a great read at pace running at the Cobras' defence, but they swarm him. Great touch there by Tiong. And then a very good slide tackle by Yusuf, who was perhaps a little unhappy about the previous challenge. There was nothing in it at all, but competitive streak. Yusuf wins the ball well, cuts inside, and is fouled by Stephenson. I was a little bit worried about Yusuf's knee just a minute ago when he won that first ball, potentially hyperextending it. Yusuf with a great ball. Longo on the volley, but Dunn spreads himself and with a ridiculously strong arm is able to keep that volley out from point blank range. Again, the Pumas defending very deep. Yusuf one-on-one, drives in. Can't beat Elliott though. Cobras maintaining possession. Good win by Tiong, but Russo does equally well. Yusuf finds Longo. Yusuf gets it back in his own half. Russo with a really good check, but not quite on the same wavelength as Yusuf. Sure he will be next time though. Vince Longo lucky not to get a booking after the second incorrect substitution. Good block by Stephenson from Russo. Jahel there to help Kevin Punselli, but he's given the ball away. Russo's shot again blocked. The Pumas keep turning up defensively, but at some point they're going to have to change something if they want to get themselves level again on the scoreboard. At the moment, it's all Cobras. Great ball from Ross. Subtle little dink. Russo's touch is too heavy though. Ross wins it. Little toe poke just past the far post. Good read there from Luke Ross defensively. Good defending from Luke Ross. Not allowing Punselli out. Amelchuk's pass though, putting the Pumas under pressure. Elliott's pass doing the same. The Pumas need to change something. The fatigue levels are very high. Ross with his head up. Finds Yusuf. His shot saved at the near post by Dunn. Yusuf, big strong tackle. And then finds Halil Russo, who finishes with a plum. Good left foot finish beyond Casey Fitzgerald Dunn. And that sees the Pumas calling a timeout with 9 minutes to go. We'll be back in just a moment after the replay. Pumas potentially discussing playing fly keeper at some point. 3-1 down. I think a lot of people would know that at this point I would probably already be doing it. We've got two pivots on for the Cobras in Azurkis and Mackenzie. Snooks finds Ross. Ross trying to find Mackenzie, but that pass over the netting beam barrier, I'm not sure exactly what you call it. Elliott finds Tiong. Tiong forgets to control the ball. Under pressure from Ross, he was concentrating too much on the pressure. Punselli with a toe on that pass intended for Azurkis. This is where the Pumas have done a very good job so far of soaking up pressure. And that sort of shot is not going to trouble them one little bit. Good touch from Tiong. Turns back to the outside, then a Maradona roll inside. Trying to Miley Cyrus his way through like a wrecking ball. Oh, Mackenzie with a good little flick too. Punselli spins against Ross. Finds Jahel at the far post. Jahel. That was a tame effort from Amar Jahel. Could have done so much more with that challenge. Sorry, that opportunity. As we then see a big challenge. Jahel drives forwards, but a comfortable save from Michael Dudek. Snooks finds Longo. He cuts back onto his left foot. An excellent dummy from Vince Longo to put the Cobras up 4-1. A promising opportunity for the Pumas once again. It's turned into a goal-scoring situation for the Cobras. Tiong again cutting in, Maradona turning. And the Cobras players and bench calling for a timeout. So we'll be back very soon. We are back. The Cobras having in-depth discussions about how they plan to deal with the fly keeper from the Pumas. John Goodlich instructing the players about closing off passing channels, but intentionally trying to keep possession of the ball for long periods, as they are doing right now, to try and run down the clock when they are in possession. Good ball into Snooks from Yusuf. Jahel receives from Omulchuk. One-on-one, great tackle there by Yusuf. Has spent a lot of his time in recent years as a pivot, but was once a prodigiously talented young fixo. As we see the Pumas' concentration levels not able to be maintained. Snooks beats Omulchuk with a nutmeg, but not in possession. Omulchuk one-on-one with Yusuf. So, his pass was very well weighted for Jahel. Just needed to slide or even just fall. And that is directed goalwards, but not to be this time for the Pumas. Good throw from Elliott. And good hold-up work from Omulchuk. Beating 4 of the Cobras players. Well, beating 3 of them. Jamal Yusuf stayed goal side of him and didn't let him proceed to goal. Rama Elliott also going with the behind-the-body flick, which is played out into touch. Lukman Syed just telling his teammates to keep the ball. Jamal Yusuf driving forwards, can't quite do so. Ross just over the bar. Rama Elliott getting back as quick as he could. Good defending from Panselli. Great throw by Elliott, but excellent defensive header by Ross. Longo into Syed's feet. Syed trying to squeeze himself between the 2 Pumas players, can't do it. Tiong resets to Stephenson. Panselli back to Stephenson, now for Jahel. Now they've got a 4v3. They can make it count. Jahel stopped his run when he should have continued. And Longo finds Syed, who finishes into the empty net to make the score 5-1. A good counter-attack goal there for the Cobras. The Pumas too deep in their fly keeper attack, inevitably leading to their concession of a goal. Stephenson back to Tiong again, to Panselli. Trying to find Elliott, but his pass is cut out. Good ball from Stephenson. Jahel just hadn't quite gotten into that pocket where Panselli wanted him. And that is a blatant foul there by Rama Elliott. Cobras boys setting up for the free kick. Jamal Youssef in that top left-hand corner. Just getting a nod from Russo to change sides. Syed. The Cobras looking for the little back roll shot from the free kick. Didn't come off. Punselli charges down the ball from Michael Dudek, but while it went goalward, never actually threatened the goal. Syed with the drive after Punselli's loose pass. So we see Elliott across to Omulchuk. Well defended by Syed again until he gave the ball away. Dudek does really well one-on-one with Punselli and then releases early for Russo. Tiong plays for Elliott, who then beats Ross. Does only have 4 seconds though. Russo, off the post. Excellent bit of ad-lib play there from Halil Russo with the little chip. Good defending from Youssef. The Cobras look intent to try and get another goal if they can. Oh, good skill from Punselli. Dinking the ball over Youssef. And then Punselli with the cheeky little attempted flick into the near post. Only gets it as far as the netting. Cobras looking for a goal of the week. Contender trying to play volleys, but ball didn't finish. And that is full time for the West Coast Cobras. Vince Longo got a goal in the second half. Daniel McKenzie, Halil Russo, and Lukman Syed. And in the first half, Luke Ross. For the Pumas, Gordon Tiong got their singular goal in the first half. We have some statistics for you, which will be coming up in just a second. You can see the Cobras with more possession, more passes than the Pumas. Both teams with decent passing percentages, up above 70. But the Cobras with a vast majority of the passing strings. And like I said, 57% to 43% of possession. 38 shots to 18. Shots on target, 25 to 11. A very, very big difference in those two matches, in those two statistics. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back very soon. Actually, that is the last live game for the night, so we will be back tomorrow. Thank you.